All right. No, I'm not going to finish the intro.
All right.
You can. You know
All
what?
right.
You do the intro. You do it. You do it.
Nah. We're both
You do it.
fucking shit.
We're both shit. All right. Well, okay. I'm the less shit one, so I'll do it. All right. Welcome back. I have no enthusiasm, but I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Red Devil Soul. He's back again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Red Devil. Good to see you again. Maybe you didn't want to come back this week, but but unfortunately, you're here, bud. You're here. You're joining me with me. We're both Manchester Mud brothers
We're
this
both been
week.
humbled this week.
I mean, everyone's humbled this week if we want to be really realistic about it. So, Newcastle had the last laugh. That's all I can say.
Newcastle and Liverpool.
But yeah, Newcastle and Liverpool, yeah, 100%. But look, a lot to talk about. End of transfer market as well. Yeah, big results during the week, as we know. We'll definitely get into it, dissect those.
Our games tomorrow.
Yep, and then we got and then we've got the FA Cup. Yours is early, is that right? Yours like early in the morning. Yeah, that's weird. That's interesting. But I guess that makes sense because there's a lot of games. Yeah, it's good. You're the first game. I to be honest, in my opinion, no matter what week, like if it's Premier League or whatever, I like starting first, no matter what. Like just because I'm like I want to see all the other games.
And the funny thing is we got the first game this week, and then we got the Monday game next week, like next week after. It's fucking bullshit.
That's another thing. Well, obviously, as you know, because we're Australia, it's hard for us to watch the Monday games or keep like watching live, I should say. So yeah, like that's another reason we did. The early kickoffs are perfect. But look, speaking of Monday games, there was one Monday game I want to forget for a long time. Unfortunately, I can't forget because Arsenal. I've made a lot of enemies with Arsenal fans in this past couple of years, as you know, Sol.
One more goal, and I could have been in there too.
Oh yeah, that's insane. That's how much of a battering it was that even you lost this week could have and even now you could still banter me about it because it was such a shocking display. But I think I said to you off air.
Shocking display. Fuck, do you see my game?
Yeah. We'll get into it. Like I said, this is a therapy session for us this week. Until Bozo joins.
Oh, this is round 2.
Yeah, this is round 2 of therapy.
Joey wasn't here last time.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Our sad session. It was a sad episode.
Yeah, it was a sad pod. That's what it was called. The 3 sad lads. The 2 sad lads, I should say.
I'm back to it.
But yeah, it looks like we're back to it for a bit until Bozo comes and ruins the party. But look, anyway, as I was saying, look, where do I start? I think I said to you off air.
First minute and a half.
Not even. It wasn't even the first minute. But anyway, listen. I think I said to you off air that this game, we sucked and we probably would have lost 3 or 4 anyway. But that game wasn't like a dismantling where everyone thought it was. And I'll tell you why. I'll get it. And I'm not even like trying to be like coping or anything. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm saying, Arsenal were too good on the day. They're way better than us. But it wasn't like they dismantle us. And I'll get right into it. So first goal, as you know, like you said, first minute and a half. Kanji does this bozo gene. I mean, some are blaming Ortega, some are blaming Stones. But in reality, if you're not sure, just clear the ball. You know what I mean? Clear the ball. They try to play it out to be too tricky from the front, and Arsenal were right on it. They knew what the game plan was, and they're like, we're not falling for this. We're coming straight for you. Bang. Steal the ball. Get in. Kai Havertz squares it to Odegaard. Bang. 1-0 already first 2 minutes in. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, long day. And to be honest, the last few games has been like that for us as well. So I was like deja vu all over again. But in the other games, we came out on top. This one, not so much. So 1-0 going into the half. And like I said, to be honest, it's not like they were playing like amazing football or whatever. It was like they were just catching us on the break, but doing it very well and pressing us when they needed to and doing it extremely well. And that's all they needed to do. And like I've said it all season, it doesn't take much to beat City this season. You know what I mean? Like that fear factor is gone, and Arsenal took that for granted for sure. Took advantage of that for sure. Going into the half, we started getting more comfortable, started creating chances. Almost equalized towards the end from a corner. We were, believe it or not, actually more threatening on the corners that night. But yeah, look, first half going into it, I was thinking, all right, we're looking a bit comfortable. If we can keep playing like this, then surely we're going to score. And you know what? I was somewhat little bit right. I was like, all right, play the same way. We're doing all right. Bang. Haaland gets a goal. And I'm thinking, all right, maybe there is a comeback. Maybe the dream is on. Maybe, the humble derby is going our way. Oh, was I wrong? Your cousin does a mistake. By your cousin, Red Devil Soul, I mean. Inside joke, Soul and Foden uncannily look alike for some reason. I don't know why. He doesn't want to admit that, but we can see it. But anyway, your cousin, Bozo Gene, doesn't know, pretty much, I don't know what he was doing. Schoolyard mistake. Never pass it in front of the goal when you're like defending. You know that. You're, like I said.
Not even that one before. The Havertz chance that he fucked up when
the way the Havertz missed. Yeah, bro. Same thing, bro. He did the exact same thing for the second goal. And like I said, all right, we should have learned. Like I said, they scored already and nearly scored a second one off our mistakes. You'd think, all right, maybe we shouldn't do this. Just play safe. Play how we played against Chelsea. Like if we weren't sure, we were just booting it to Haaland. You know what I mean? And letting him like go against the defenders. Like again, I know it's not. He's versing Saliba and thing, but bro, he had it over at one of them because he scored. You know what I mean? So he had that confidence. So it's like if we just booted it to him, maybe he would have put those battles in. Exactly. So you thought to yourself, exactly. So you thought maybe he has that confidence, he'd go for it, but no, we didn't do that.
He did slip with that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. And I thought, well, why not go for it? Like he's got that confidence now. Go for it. If we're not sure, just boot it like we were doing against Chelsea. But no, we wanted to stick to our guns, and then we shot ourselves in the foot again for the second time in the match. And you don't do that against a team that's going for a title. We know this. You know what I mean? Especially like, you don't do that to anyone in the Premier League, let alone a team going for the title. But fair play. Look, I'll give Arsenal where it's due. They took advantage of that. And that's what a team that's going for the title does. You know what I mean? They take advantage of these slip-ups, these mistakes. Party goes in, scores, deflection goal. And then to be honest, you could see it. Like something like the stadium went up. The players, before that, they weren't, like I told you, they weren't playing great. They weren't doing anything spectacular. They were just catching us off the break, getting us with the mistakes. But they weren't. But then that moment changed the game completely. And you could see us, we were like our players were sort of slouching as they were, getting more aggressive and pushing forward. Like I said, one goal after another came. I couldn't believe it. Like I actually turned as red as your background soul at one stage. That's how how shocking it was. Again, really rough to see. Because I usually do night shifts. But recently I've been on morning shift. So I'm not usually when my team loses, I have some time to sink in. I sleep it off, calm down, whatever, go for a walk, maybe play with my cat and don't think about it. But with these morning shift games, when you lose like that, and then you have to go and rough it out the next day, let's just say, suicide hotline was on repeat that day. That's all I can say. And admittedly, I've made a lot of Arsenal enemies over the past couple of years, as you lads know. So let's just say all of them became Kendrick Lamar fans for some reason when they sent me their messages. That's all I can say. Besides that, I'll throw the banter aside. GG's Arsenal. He's played well. You were better on us that day. But the fact that you came out that stadium with Stay Humble shirts and played Kendrick Lamar and all that just goes to show me, first, don't ever tell me you don't care about City. And second of all, you've made me a Liverpool fan. So that's insane. But that's what they do. I seen a post.
Look, I don't think as a Liverpool fan, I've never got this support with going for a league title ever. I feel like pretty much the Premier League is like go Liverpool. But look, it's just rolled over.
It's not even go Liverpool. It's not even like go Liverpool. It's just these cunts need to be humbled. Whether it's Liverpool, Chris Wood masterclass. You know, they gotta go. Don't they got to travel to use Sol? Amaron. Look what they're making me do.
Us at at our
But look what
home,
I'm
so it
doing.
doesn't
I'm just
matter.
kissing the air and asking for Amaron. Whenever
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
never do that in my life.
the way-
You know what I mean? But this is what they're making me do. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The way they play United,
You still got to come to us as well.
No.
Thanks.
Oh, look, our one's different. This is just a mud derby now, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? This is
You're not with
like
us
this
yet.
reminds me of this reminds
The
me of
mud
the, you know,
derbies
back in
with I got that with Tottenham coming up
Yeah,
next
yeah,
week.
that's a relegation derby, not a mud derby. Don't worry about that. Again, we'll get into yours, but look, fair play to Arsenal. That's all I can say without being a bit petty or whatever. But yeah, scrap that. Fuck you, Arsenal. I hope you lose, Maestro. I hope you go to the bin. All the other Arsenal fans that send me messages, I blocked you, and for a good reason. And I'll unblock you when you stay second again. So yeah, stay down and stay humble, but you're still second. Not
Who's
much
got
more to
tomorrow?
add. Leighton Orient. I think they're in League One or something.
Should
be
not
an
even
easy
worry
win.
about talking about that.
To be honest, yeah, I'm not. The only thing I can say is like I hope the youngsters have it, like some of the youngsters that we have, and maybe some of the new signings as well. That like that Koshinov that had that blunder against Chelsea. I hope maybe he can play, get some confidence
You
back.
know,
Yeah, that Victor Riss, he's only 18, so I'd like to see him maybe play as well, just to get some legs, fresh legs or whatever. And to be honest, I don't think Pep will do it, but I'd like to see Omar Marmoush get in there just so he can like get some confidence, just some, you know, just like gets his. Yeah, if he does that, like I'm not even against it because some people are saying, oh, we don't want him to get injured. Like these late Norries are gonna just come, these fucking part timers are gonna come kick the shit out of him. To be honest, I want him to do that so he can get a taste of the English football. Huh?
Who else did you get?
What do you mean? Who else did we get?
Did you only get 3 players?
No, we made a last minute signing towards the end. We signed some midfielder from Benfica. His name is Nico Gonzalez, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, he's from Benfica. He plays CDM like that. Not Rodrigo, but he plays the CDM center midfield role. But, you know, a proper number 6. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what happens with him. I'm not gonna. I'd love to talk about him. I'd love to be like, hey, have you heard about Nico Gonzalez? But I'm not in the loop to know like about these footballers. I just want to. I've heard when we signed him. I looked up into him and seen what he's about. From what I see, he just looks like a solid, good midfielder. You know what I mean? Has a good shot on him as well. But look, if he can just come in and reassure this midfield and just give because, bro, we can't have Gundo playing week in, week out. I discussed this with you. I've had this discussion week in, week out with you guys. We can't have Gundo coming in, week out, playing 90 minutes. He just doesn't have the legs anymore. So the fact that this guy can come in and play the pivot with Kovacic, I'd like to see what happens. And yeah, maybe even like now stop like leaking these goals and these leads that we've been doing all season. Another positive for us is everyone's back in training now. So now we pretty much have no injuries. So like Diaz is back, Doku is back, Grealish is back, Ake is back. You know what I mean? So pretty much no excuses. We just have to go finish off the season strong. Like I said, if we get a top 4, even go for a cup run in the FA Cup, I'd be happy. Not even win it, just go for a cup run just to like get some confidence back again going into the next season. Then we're good to go. We got Real Madrid as well coming up, but we'll discuss that again come next week, I guess. Well, closer to the date. I'm not gonna lie to you. All I can say is I'm sick of versing Real Madrid every year. I don't know. I thought this new format would get us out of versing Real Madrid, but because we're so shit, we have to verse them again. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I'll get like again. We'll just
you both didn't make it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I mean, shit. We're both shit. That you know what I mean. We have to verse each other again. But we'll see. It's actually going to be interesting because both teams usually when we do versus each other are very like, you know, the favorites of their league, whatever. Like you said, this season it's interesting. They're both not, you know, what they're expected to be. So I might who knows what the game's going to pan out to be. But again, we'll discuss this more coming in closer to the date. Other than that, we got some few hard games coming up. Like you said, we got yous as well in a couple of weeks. Real Madrid, Liverpool. It's going to be some testy times in the Free Lads community. That's all I can say. Everyone locked down in the chat rooms. It's going to be a good time.
I reckon when we play ours, I reckon the users are going to roll over. Every player on the field, bar no Silver, is going to roll over. But
and you know what?
Paxton.
Do you know what? Any other time, I would have been like, "Get fucked, go fuck yourself." We'll never roll over.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Tottenham.
Me that evening. You know what I mean? Like, not even saying a word. Just even if it's 6 or something, I'm just like, hey, get that goal difference up. No problem.
Look.
But if that does happen, let me just say, just think about that jersey bet, please. That's all I can say. If you do beat us, all right? Just think about that jersey bet.
You got to speak to again.
I'll speak to. We'll see what happens on that day, okay? And then maybe Pep might come in or not. We'll see. He's been telling me he wants to come back on the pod, but I'm like, Pep, you just come back from a divorce, bro. You're not coming back on the pod.
He's got to focus on football at the moment. He's
got to focus on a lot of things.
He's just spent a whole ton of money in because that's what apparently.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's just our owners care, you know what I mean? Unlike your owners who are letting your star players go for free and shit. But each to their own, you know what I mean? Each to their own. Yeah. Your owners care about baseball, my owners care about soccer. It's that's how it is, you know what I mean? But each to their own, That's all I can say. But look, there's not much more to add on to City besides we just gotta like I said, if we can just have a strong finish to the season with these new signings. Like I said, there's no more excuses now because everyone's coming back from injury. We just got to move forward. That's all I can say. The story of our season, there's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, Kings. That's all I can say. But yeah, we move. And by the time we move on to the next Manchester club in shambles. So take it away.
Oh, 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
Oh, you're the other way. Okay.
Hold on 1 sec. Just quick check.
You're all good.
I've seen something the other day and it said Manchester's not red, Manchester's blue, Manchester's
what? Sorry?
Manchester's not red.
I didn't hear you.
Manchester's not Manchester's just
Hey, look, there's not much. There's not much argument.
I can't really argue at the moment, eh?
Instead of dumb and dumber, shitter, you know what I mean?
Banks. Me talking shit all year.
As well.
Crystal Palace.
As well, tucked in shirt. Oh yeah, you're full Crystal Palace hate, bro.
Yeah, it's come back to bite, hasn't it, this week? Don't be.
This is why I'm so pissed off that we lost like this.
I didn't expect them to get the old managerial change midway season, start playing good. Fuck, they were playing shit before all this started happening. Now they're going really good. It's another home loss.
Yeah, you did start being for no reason. Like
I just said,
they were walking down the street.
Who did I say left?
You did up to them and just punched them. You know what I mean?
Do you know the definition of that? You know the definition of that 50 Cent meme? Why are you saying fuck me for? That's been Crystal Palace this whole season with Sol. It's like I think it's funny, but like I said, I'm so pissed off that we lost this badly because like this would have been the best week for me to kill you, Sol. I'm not gonna lie, but we overshadowed it. You got lucky. You know what I mean? Like just a personal vendetta that you had
at home.
Yeah,
another 2-0. Pretty disappointing. I don't know what Amram was doing. I think he was experimenting with Crystal Palace. Don't know why. We had like a false 9, Kobe Manu / Bruno Fernandes playing up front. There was not really a proper striker. So you can already tell that he's not losing faith in the strikers already. That's mostly all I can say. You can tell he's losing a lot of faith with a lot of the players at the moment, especially the way they're playing. were absolutely terrible, really, especially at home.
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. Just to add on to this home form. Look, again, I'm not even on banter or whatever. I know you're like bad at home or whatever, and like you haven't been great away as well. But at least for some reason, you just have a bit of a go when you play away. What seems to be a problem when you play at home? Do you think it's just the pressure?
I don't know.
Yeah, like is it like the
We
players
create
don't
chances,
seem
we
to
just
have.
can't score, and then we
It's
just
the
let chances go in, especially easy ones. If you see the two
Rats.
goals, they just got sliced straight through, like easy passes. Especially the second one was a tap in. Pretty.
My man's over
pretty
here says
terrible
the
defending.
Rats. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Huh?
But this bloke over here is like, it's the Rats. It's the Rats.
Fuck you, Phil. We beat you, so shut up. Twice.
It wasn't Phil. It was old mate over here, the Scouser. He's like, it's the Rats. It's the Rats. Yeah.
I thought you said Phil.
No,
Yeah,
me.
that's why I laughed at it.
Rats,
Like,
cuz.
The Rats.
Rats.
Who, Bruno?
No, one's on the pitch, but one's.
Nah.
But no.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a terrible season. Not much more I can really say. It's just same old shit every week. We'll win one game, lose two, especially at.
We'll become a news tonight. I can tell.
It's
like the
last 3 years. I'm pretty sure it's just been the same thing. So the last 2 years, really, this whole fucking time that we've been started this pod.
The last 2 years have been better than you, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the worst.
Like the whole system changed.
Since Amron's come in, I'm not saying it's like his fault or nothing. Obviously, I implement the system he doesn't play is. This is probably the worst Manchester United team, really. That I can think.
Again, I'm not trying to attack Amron here, but to be like, again, this the players I feel like are definitely more you can blame the load on them for sure. But I feel like, look, remember that whole situation with Ragnick when he came in and he was like that little intern manager. Look, I'm not saying he did amazing, like you didn't even do that great, whatever. But at least he made you a little bit stable. Again, with Amron, It just seems to be like you said, one step forward, 3 steps back. You know what I mean? Like what's going on? You know what I mean? And like again, I know he's only come in halfway through the season, whatever, blah blah blah. But it just seems to me like he keeps experimenting and he doesn't know what he's he's starting.
This
11
one really confused me when I seen the lineup and I seen
right now the time to be experimenting. Like how they played against us, they played pretty well. They like very well. So there's that team now. Use that blueprint. What I do, use that
even against Arsenal when we lost
as much as you can until the end of the season to keep the job for one, and still get you over the line, a decent place in the table, and then you improve on that. I just don't understand the experimenting at home when you need a win. They played well against us, so just say the same performance, the same.
Like I said, I was confused
energy.
when I seen that lineup.
Yeah, it's just strange one. I don't know. Like,
do you think it's a mentality thing as well?
Experimenting at the end of the season when we're in 12.
Two things. Either he's extremely biased where he's finished the season, and they just said they don't care what happens. He's set to ride off anyway. So he's just been given the AK to just do once and assess as much as he can so they can strengthen the transfer window up at the end of the season. Or just pure naive, and I can't assume that would be that one. So maybe just given the green light for the rest of the season, just as long as you don't get red, don't worry.
No way.
Right, we don't care.
I'm hoping that's what it is. Because the way that we've been playing has been absolutely terrible. Like I said, the 2 games probably that we're playing best is against U's and Arsenal when we lost.
That's the other thing. As a Man United fan, everyone's back. I'm not saying he's not the right stuff at all, but not make it a bit scared for this guy a bit of money and go new crop of players. He hasn't really shown United that he can do around, really. Like it's
don't
just
know.
like
Like I said,
him and
I
another whole
just-
heap of money. What you
I
do
thought he was
and
just
then
the same
sack
same profile as fucking
him 3 months.
Ten Hag. So, like, unproven young manager that's just won in the Portuguese league. It's exactly the same profile as Ten Hag. So, I don't really know what they're thinking. Like, I don't know. I'm fucking over this season. I just wanted to hurry up and finish.
Honestly,
Oh.
I think it's a bit of, like I said, I think it's a bit of the manager, but I also think, you know what it is as well. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Sol, but do you think it's also a mentality thing as well with the players? Because
It's been a mentality
adding on
thing
to
for the
what?
last 5-6 seasons.
Well,
Since,
well,
like you
yeah,
said,
that's the thing. Right, since Ragnick.
Yeah, well, that's probably only
Yeah.
been like 3. I was gonna say more Mourinho.
Yeah. No, well, that's the thing, because like when you verse the good teams, right? You show up wherever, even if you lose, you like I'll give you props. You show up. Yeah, you've had some batterings over the years or whatever, but especially in his class, like how much times have we said, "Oh, you're going to Anfield, you're going to get smoked." You know what I mean? Like, and you've played well. How much times have we said, like, "Oh, you're going to go to Etihad, you're going to get smoked," but you play well. You go to the Emirates, play well. You know what I mean? Like the players seem to think when they have to show up, they'll play. You know what I mean? But when it's like a Crystal Palace coming in or someone like that, they don't have that mentality to go, "Oh, do you know what I mean? We're going to treat them the same way that we've treated that
It's
Liverpool
disgusting
game
to
or that
see,
against." Yeah.
especially with a
I
big
don't
club.
know.
Like all this, now we're just turning into young players. That's why it's even getting worse. We're just getting more young players in, and
Yeah,
none are
well,
going
you
to
need
be
that
fucking.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, you definitely need that experience. Like, don't get me wrong, young players are amazing, whatever, but you need a better couple of experienced players around
No,
them.
that's
You know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying. I don't think it's bad that we're getting all these young players in.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you.
We should be getting more experience with better mentality to actually change the club. Like I thought we had that when we had like Cavani, like that team. That team when we had Ronaldo and Cavani, I thought was probably our better year.
Fuck, that's actually crazy to
6
think
years.
that was only like not a couple of years ago, but only like 3-4 years ago that you had them in your team, mate, and now they're
I thought that was when we showed best.
Cavani,
But ever since that season, we've just fucking changed and absolutely gone shit. I think that's where we really need to get more veterans in.
Yeah, I do feel
Not veterans.
I feel like he's a great player as well. Like I don't know. I just went back to the Scott McTominay. Like, I feel like
He'd be mad in the system right now.
Right. He'd be awesome.
He'd be hectic in the system.
And he's sold him for 30, like what, or something?
He'd be full hectic in the system right now.
But was that
Yeah,
Amaron that
good.
sold him, or was that when
Nah, it was
Ten Hag was
Ten
still
Hag.
around? You sold him? Yeah.
But it just shows
Amaron
that,
hasn't
like,
done shit.
They
He's got rid of
Ten Hag
6 people on loan.
and like what he wanted to do in the last window. Not this window, just gone. The when he was still in charge of United, and he could have McTominay and brought in some of his own, of his own players. And I don't know. I think it's a big gamble to just give Amaron the season right off and then say, he's me, and then halfway next season.
And then I feel bad for him because I heard the reports came out and we mostly said as soon as we sacked Ten Hag, we went to him and told him, like, you got to accept this now. And he's like, because he wanted to come at the end of the season. And we said, if you don't accept this now, like, we'll go get someone else. So mostly just put pressure on him to come and, like, sort this bullshit out. And now you look at him every single game on his knees, just fucking thinking, what the fuck are we doing? I think it's all the players there. I don't think it really is him because the way that we're playing is good. It's just the players can't fucking finish or defend. The setup that we play in looks good. The way that we're, like, the shape, especially when we're, how can I say, like, building up play. The passing and shit's a lot better than what it was last season, but Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Well, look, maybe there's brighter horizons. Who he's got in the FA Cup?
It doesn't matter. Any game's a hard game for us at the moment. We got Leicester.
Oh, the Rude derby. He's gonna let you win. Let you score 5 goals for fun, doesn't he?
Rude's gonna bury him. He's gonna get
I have a feeling we're gonna lose.
That was Rude's job, bro.
If he beats us, it'll be fucking hilarious.
I didn't even deep that, eh? If he does,
we already beat him in the league, like when he first got the team. But that was like when he first got the team.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe a couple of weeks. He's got a little bit better for him, even though he's lost nearly every single game.
Fuck, I didn't even think of that. He, like I said, he was like, the interim manager that got put on to go to Leicester. Like, imagine him going like, I want to show these cunts. He scored. Did he score against Spurs? Didn't he score against Spurs and then pointed at the badge again? And again? Like, that's hilarious. Like, he already did it this season.
It's at home, so I'm not very confident.
Wait, at home? At home? Wait, if it's at home, you use a shit. You use a fuck.
Yeah, it's at home.
You're finished. If it was away, you might have a chance. Nah, look, do you honestly think, like, all right, do you have any shred of confidence, or is it like,
I think we're going to win by 3-1.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we lose.
Yeah, okay, Sorry, that's my season this season as well. Look, if Leighton Orient were in the Championship, not in League One, I'd be saying the same thing, brother. So don't worry.
We better fucking beat these motherfuckers. Like, fuck.
Yeah, well, look, we need our annual meet you in the finals every season.
I was going to say it before, but this guy's still in it, so he might have something to say about that.
Yeah, we'll see. No, he's being greedy. He's already in one final. You know, he's top of the league. You know what I mean? Top of Europe. So fuck off. Let him go getting up those trophies. Let us worry about
3 years in a row.
Yeah, look, you're going for your 3 years.
Just 3 years in a row, us in the final.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, we're going for 3 years. That'd be hilarious. I don't think it'd be pretty hard because
become a favorite.
Charity here. Well, I mean, look, this is a good segue because in the title, this isn't bantering. Liverpool on the quad? Question mark?
Look, I'll start.
Take it away.
I want to talk about. Did you say cool?
What's up?
Did you say cool?
I said Liverpool on the quad.
On the quad.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think we have the squad for the quad. It would be obviously, but look, we have the whole quad and we end with 2 cups and none of the big. So not going to quad yet, but I will say, week it's been obviously Bournemouth at the start of the week.
Sorry to cut you off. You might have to turn your mic down a little bit or switch it over just because it's like giving you like that robotic voice. Yeah. Well, while we wait for this, score predictions for the Leicester game.
Better?
Oh, yep, I can hear you. But it's not doing that robotic voice, so that's good. So continue.
It's all good.
I said we'll win 3-1.
No.
Doesn't even matter anyway because FA Cup.
Yeah, I was just trying to make conversation while he fixed his mic. That's all.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So good. Travel to Bournemouth. Yeah, they're on 12 or 13 beat streak everyone. It's going to be the Arsenal fans just excited, and yes, they're going to go up here. I think Arsenal did slip up there. He got beat there. Not the Reds by any spot. He took over Rio, whatever his name is, to the penalty, jump in there.
Bit of a controversial first goal, I believe. Don't you think?
Controversial?
I feel like it was.
What do you mean?
That wasn't a
But
penalty in my opinion.
it's not big. So you've seen the angle behind that I've sent to the group chat.
No, I haven't. To be
Running.
honest, no.
He's running.
I mean, the group chats have been in some dire situations lately, so I haven't seen anything. But look,
I'll show you the angle from behind.
Mm.
And as he's running, so as he lifts his left foot, it hits their player. Okay,
yeah, but that's what I mean. He hits the player.
No, but you're behind. You're the one with the ball.
Yeah, but he didn't go. Like, it's not. I just feel like that wasn't. Like, do you get what I mean? He didn't put his foot out.
This is the thing. He's running, and the guy's close to him. So when he's running, he's over him. Like, how's that turning?
I don't know. I just feel like that's a controversial call.
No,
I feel like it was a controversial call.
What are you talking about? How? How's that?
I just feel like if that would happen to City, it would be all over the news.
As Gakpo's he's going up, he's going forward. So it's as much him going in the goal as Gakpo going in. But he's behind him, and if he's not, and he's doesn't hit Gakpo is one-on-one with the keepers.
Look, I would agree with that aspect, but like I said, they're both running. Do you get what I mean? Like, they're both.
But one or the other. So, like, but on the field, it's...
Look, you say tomatoes, I say tomatoes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just feel like it was a bit controversial.
I've seen so many people get sent off for that. It's at the last minute, and that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, again, it might be a penalty in the lay of the law, but in my opinion, it didn't look like a pen. And you got to be honest with yourself. It didn't look like a pen. Like, you didn't think to yourself, that's a pen. Did you? And be honest. Be honest. Like,
100%. What do you?
No, you didn't. No way you did.
But I did.
Be honest with me. No. Oh, friendship to friendship right now.
If I was playing a game, and someone did that to me, I would get up even for a penalty. 100%. Someone taps me from the ankle from behind. Is that what's ridiculous?
Look, like I said, you say tomatoes, I say
looked
tomatoes.
Like he tripped over himself.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the same thing.
Himself. I said he's the angle behind. He's obviously didn't watch. That's not my fault.
Look, you can show me as much angles as you want. Like I'm telling you, it just didn't look like a penalty. There's been many things. Look, we can talk about a lot of things that's happened. Come on now. How many times have I heard, controversial calls, this and that? So when I bring it up against Liverpool, it's not allowed. Look, I'll be honest with you. All season, you have had a fair game, but I'm not. I'll be honest, and I want you to win. I want all these decisions to go for you. Don't get me wrong, but let's be honest with ourselves. That was not, in my opinion, a penalty. It just didn't look like one. Like, yes, you might have been all over him, but it just didn't feel like a penalty. Like,
this is the same guy who said Doku boot last year wasn't a penalty.
Never in my life.
This is the deal.
If this is not a penalty, that's not a penalty.
This is what we're dealing with.
Look, if you can admit to me that that was not a penalty, I'll admit the Doku one was a penalty. No problem. Yeah. Go for it. Then thank you. It was a penalty. It was a penalty. I'm just I'm just playing fire with fire. You know what I mean? Like, when there's controversy around, we just like, you know what I mean?
So anyway, one from the controversial penalty. Just to guarantee if it was any of your teams, it'd go on penalty. So big controversial.
I wish we got controversial this season.
At the end of the day, it got given. Been many controversial decisions go against those, so it is what it is. We have.
Look, I just want to hear that. I just want to hear the controversial.
A couple of good ones go our way lately. Like, I thought it was a penalty, but I can obviously see why people would question it. But at the same time, when you see the angle from the player and you see his leg hit Gakpo's ankle, which makes Gakpo's ankle come up further and hit the leg. Like, you don't have to take someone out. It's just like if you rock someone back and barge or take a couple steps and then trip, it's still a penalty because you didn't. The one that just came in the fight knocked them over. If you've hit the balance from an ankle all behind, I challenge people from behind. So intentional or not intentional, you've made contact play out and the player's fallen due to the contact that you've made. So that is the penalty.
Look, banter aside,
that's a
yeah. Well, banter aside, even though it wasn't a penalty, again, I watched most of that game. To be fair, yeah. Look, as much as I'd like to say I have, you were all over him in the first half. They had a few chances. I'm not gonna lie. They that's like I told you, that's Semedo. He's a baller. I wouldn't. If we didn't have like some gun wingers, I reckon I would have said let's go for him. Honestly, I reckon I'd rate him that more highly.
If he keeps going, he won't be a Bournemouth for 2 seasons. Guarantee you that. He's a very, very good player. There's a couple of times in this where he shifted the ball really fast on another foot, and he just he's running. Yeah, he's gonna beat you. He beat Kanate to beat obviously. And
he's strong. He's strong as well. It's not about pace. He's
Bournemouth chances, man. They had chances, and they'll play where they did. They'll create chances to anyone. They don't stop running. They run. They play for that badge.
Who was it that missed the open? Bro, this player did the same against us a few seasons ago. He had like an open goal, similar, and he just skied it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Crazy.
I've seen both of them together.
Like, so you've seen it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, how does the same player miss the same chance twice? And yeah, like the ball was off the exact same.
Bro, that's how I remember him. Because I was like,
I was spewing.
This guy.
I was like,
look,
I was like, you fucking shit guy.
That obviously it's a beautiful chance. Yeah, Kirk has been containing him all game. Blah, blah, blah. The step off Salah for for me, too much, giving too much space to just pull that out, and he does that consistently. I'll say Salah's not at every game 100%. Like every touches the ball, like it's like mad. No, he's not. Sometimes he stuffs up and loses the ball, makes the wrong decision. That generally can at least once in the he's going to pull out something perfect, and he done in Bournemouth. Close the game off there, the nail in the coffin. The Reds roll on, the slot army rolls on with the Josh speaker.
Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, but I was about to say, look, I'll give Liverpool props for one thing that I've noticed this season that they've done really well. Prior season before, especially with Klopp. As we all know, very rock and roll football, very crazy. But let's be honest, you really don't get me wrong, you were a team, like you played as a team, but you relied heavily on if there was moments like these moments, like for example, where you need the goals or whatever, you really relied on Salah or something to do something, right? This season, I've noticed, for example, if Salah's not at his A game, the gap goes will step in. If Jota's fit, he'll step in. Like I said, Nunes will step in. That random player, that young 18-year-old you got in the right back position, come in and he's putting a shift. Yeah, thank you, Connor Bradley. Another one, everyone has come in and they're putting in the shift. Like before, I just felt like, when you needed someone, you relied to.
No.
Yeah, Soboslai playing amazing. Gravenberch having, in my opinion, one of the best seasons a midfielder can have. If you're a midfielder and you're under the radar.
Speaking of Gravenberch, I don't know if he's turned in Bournemouth. He's got the ball, the touchline, dribbled past one, and then there's 2 of them. And as both of them come from a different angle, he spins on the ball, rolls it between 2 of them. Literally, with touches of the ball, he takes every players. And I'm not nowhere near the level of, but he literally reminds me of a Zinedine type player. Like the way Zinedine could just shift the ball and manipulate the ball, just open up. Like you cannot press the goal. You can't.
Do you know who he reminds me of? And you remember this player, and I'm not even being a banter. I reckon this player was a G. Do you remember Nzonzi? He played for Stoke, and bro. Yeah. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. He was like a G. He used to glide. Do you know? He used to do this thing where you see he glided past.
Do you know who his little step turn reminds me of?
Who?
Like Pogba used to do that as well. That little mad.
Yeah, that's another one. It's those
Yeah.
like those lanky-ish type play. You know what I mean? But like
the way that he moves his
yeah.
legs.
yeah,
I swear.
Yeah.
Like you think they're not going to move like that, but then all of a sudden they're like they do a trick around
Bro,
and they're
they're
past
like
you.
5 fucking yards in like 1 second, and it looks so easy.
And man, it's just immense. And even Svalati lately, Svalati and Gravina. Nah, Svalati. So slides great. And running his off, he's been adding goals into his game
Well,
a lot more.
that's what I mean. Like
lately.
I just feel like a lot of your players have stepped up a lot this season. Like under the slot system, they've all seemed to like. It's don't get me wrong, Salah's having an amazing team, whatever. Like I'm not even trying to discard Salah, but I just feel like it's not the load's not on him anymore. Do you get what I mean? Like it's not on your star players anymore.
He is pulling out moments. Like he's still
What's that?
the guy. He's still
Don't get me wrong. There's like don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's shit. Yeah,
Tottenham. Today against them was a game where every time Salah took the ball, it looked like he was getting something. He was on today. Well, move on to Spain. Obviously, smashed you, mate. Still knocked you out the cup. Probably going to win silverware in the second season end. Say it's you, mate, but you've got Spurs. So, yeah, not Celtic.
this is the question for both of you. Actually, do you think he's gone? This game was his last, or do you reckon he's got another chance?
No. Who are they going to get, man? Like, who's out there?
I reckon if we beat,
I'm just
I reckon
asking.
if we
I'm just
beat him
asking.
next week, he'll be gone.
This Matthew Italian on phone. I don't
I
know.
reckon
you got
it's
him
his
next week,
losing
so
Soon, but
Yeah,
I reckon he's got anytime soon.
at home, at their home.
So you
I reckon
there
if
we
we
go.
beat them, they're gone.
Like, I will give him one thing. He's had some issues, bro. They've had some really, like the team that had today was like
I
the
don't
best
give a fuck.
they
We
had
had heaps of
Son
injuries last season. No sympathy for them.
Not I've got like the whole 11's out now. Pretty much. The whole defense is out. The whole back line, goalkeeper still out, and they've been out once now. Then like in midfield, they don't have Madden.
They brought Van der Ven back like a game ago, and then I think he's injured again.
Yeah, well, he said he play against us. He's not ready. He hasn't re-injured. He apparently just said no, not obviously he's got a bit scared and blame. I wouldn't want to come back long-term injury and come up against the life. Yeah, Salah running at instantly for 90 minutes. Nunes, Western. But yeah.
Man, I'll tell you when they'll all come back. I'll tell you when we verse them. I'll tell you when all the injuries come when we verse them, because like I'm telling you, the curse is real and they'll just beat us again. They probably will beat us with their shit team. You know what I mean?
Well, look,
they
beat us 1-0 last night, this round.
They didn't have their strongest squad against.
No,
did
they didn't. No, they
okay.
Just played. They played we had a terrible game against Tottenham's game, and we played well. That's the difference. Is if we play well, we'll smash. Bottom, they don't have the squad to compete. If we don't play well and they play really well, anything can happen. And it is a game of football. But
do you honestly think that you will win this, or do you think the Toon Army is going to give you a go?
It's going to be very hard.
Because they're fiending a trophy. They are fiending a
That's the
trophy.
thing. This is the thing is, we're probably going to have on something else, and this is their thing. And to be honest, obviously I'll win it. But to be fair, that club does this trophy. It wouldn't break my heart if we lost to Castle. Obviously there's a little of obviously I'm not going to say go Newcastle or nothing like that. Then I'll cheer for them, in the week, even if they weren't playing Liverpool. But at the same time, I don't mind them as they got some good players. One I want very badly.
When is the cup final? Do you know, when exactly it is, or close to it?
It's March.
It's usually in around February, end of February, end of March, isn't it? Or I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think depending on what's happening in the league, also slash the Champions League, depending on that outcome, I honestly, and don't be surprised if you see like a completely different squad going up against Newcastle, in the final. Depending on what's happening around, like if if it's neck and neck in the Premier League, or vice versa, or if you've got a hard fixture in the Champions League,
we can probably come to an agreement with Newcastle. I would say we'll play them in the leagues. So I would happily just say, you give us the win in the league, and you have the trophy. You know what I mean? You can have the cup. That's a fair trade-off. They'd probably shake hands and go, we want that, because it's one of the games that I look forward to. That's the games that I look at and I think could be a potential draw, potential loss there. Where they're playing, Isaac and the midfield, that guy's phenomenal as well.
Yeah, Bruno G.
Aye.
Yeah, and listen, you wouldn't want to get near him, bro. He's just so angry and big and aggressive.
All right, lads.
Yeah.
I gotta jump off. Leah's fucking wants over.
Yeah, all good. Well, I think that's perfect timing for us to jump off before we go. Who you got in the FA Cup, Jojo? Quickly.
Leicester.
No, who they got in the FA Cup?
I
think you got another dub team as well, isn't it? I can't remember who it was.
Is it Fargo?
Oh, Plymouth Argyle. That's who you're versing. Rooney's old team. Rooney's old team, lad. I think they got Frank Lampard.
Oh
I think. I could be wrong. I think they might have Frank Lampard at the moment. So yeah, you could be versing Frank Lampard. Who knows? All right, lads. It's been a great episode.
We'll be on the
I've been your host. Yeah. Are we actually on EA?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, until next time, I've been your host, Dozmos, joined by my two co-hosts, Red Devil Soul, Joey 6 times. Till next time, peace in the Middle East.